our last session, and that is to go back to what we discussed about the manifesto. So I'd like to start off with the manifesto again, and I want you to remember it. Uh, and I cannot emphasize the memory here. Please understand the four values that we have as the Agile Manifesto. Understand manifesto is all about not trying to replace something, it's about trying to advance the profession by giving priorities to individuals and interactions over processes and tools, trying to demonstrate and frequently demonstrate a working product rather than only talking about comprehensive documentation, trying to work with businesses and developers together rather than simply strictly following contract, and most importantly, change at any given point of time rather than sticking and following only a schedule, not incorporating changes, because ultimately we need to focus on the outcome rather than the output. As I keep saying all the time, focus on the outcome rather than the output. You know, yes, no.
You know, in Joseph's videos, the working product he has as working software.
Yes.
Which one is the correct one?
Because the Agile Manifesto was primarily built for IT. Now, as Agile gets crosses borders into other subjects, I also try to avoid the word software because I want to emphasize the fact that it's a product, so demonstrate products. Because if I'm going to convince a construction guy to follow the Agile methodology, then I cannot use the word software, even though you will find that whatever we do and study will have a heavy software, and a software alignment. And I don't want to use that, but it doesn't matter. It's working product. By the way, they are going to change the Agile Manifesto very soon, and they are going to have another couple of such values put in as well. So
they are trying to,
I'm sorry, what?
They are trying to be agile, adding more.
And yes, and I keep telling, we focus on the outcome. The route is not important. It's the outcome that's important. If I just were to put this perspective into the way we are trying to train, the outcome is what? The 21 to 30 hours of training. If that's my focus area, then I would deliver the class completely differently. I would have a certain pattern. I would not be taking your recommendation towards that pattern, and that's about it. But if my thought process is more on the outcome, which is to get you certified, then I have to be agile. I have to look at your requirements. I have to understand your needs. I have to understand you, and then try to work out something that will help you achieve the outcome, which is what you really want, rather than a training certificate. If you want a training certificate, that's one way of putting it. If you want the PMP Agile certification, that's the ultimate outcome that you want. So it's about what we're trying to achieve, which makes us agile or which does not make us agile. Do not forget the 12 principles. Have a look at it. Let me know if you have questions around the 12 principles.
Do we need to memorize?
Yes. Because I'm obviously sure that you'll not get a question that says which of them is not part of the 12 principles, but it could be that you can get a question that says, out of the 4 choices, which one's not part of the 12 principles? So you could be given some really so you need to understand the logic. The logic is very simple. Produce valuable software, welcome changes, collaboration is important, motivated teams are very important, self-organizing teams are very important. Demonstration of working software is the sign of progress. Simplicity is important, and self-emerging teams will produce the best designs. And retrospectives, or trying to understand what we are doing, is also very important. So these are some very high keywords that you have to take and always tell yourself that this is the way to go, so that you can prepare yourself. Now, today, we are going to look at this. We are going to look at this area. We're going to try and